And we're live.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. It's David. I'm here with my old friend, what's his name? No, Daniel. How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
We have a fantastic. We're gonna do a hook now. We're trying to get formatted so it's not all chaos. So the hook is
flat, not
the hook is first. I gotta do the mic. I'm never gonna figure this out. But we are gonna save you. We're gonna save people coming into Vegas a lot of grief. This is the show you really want to pay attention to. Because this is so we advertise this as how not to get screwed coming to Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Me and a friend of mine wanted to write a book, all the questions you don't know to ask when you come to Vegas.
And they can save you.
It can save you money, time, exhaustion. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that when you come to Vegas, you're like, oh, crap. You don't even realize they're even questions.
Or that it's important.
Yeah. And we're going to go over, so we have it broken down in a few basic categories with regards to like rooms and clubs and dinners. And strip joints, because
gotta talk about that.
No, so strip joints and a few other things. We got a whole bunch. Comps and coupons, you name it. Pool cabanas.
Pools,
People
my
don't know. People don't know how to interact with the pools or what to expect. You don't just show up with your towel many times.
Not
you know
anymore.
What I mean? It's just not that easy. You know it's not that easy. And this is one of the biggest things. The rooms. It's so important. And if you want to
ruin a vacation, come here and don't have a room ready,
or don't have a plan, or don't know where to check in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a mile to some registration desk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes there's 300 people waiting to check in,
and there's nowhere to sit. And we're going to go over all that. So this is literally this show about all the things you don't know to ask. And interestingly, I worked as a consultant. For a network property, a big property, a group of properties here in town, and I compiled over a number of years. I compiled this really big list, answering all these questions about hotel data points. It's amazing how much Vegas has evolved. I mean, things like some rooms you can't get fresh air. If you're at a certain level,
they don't open up.
They don't open. There's no balconies. Yeah. The view, all these things come into consideration. So this network property just wanted to see, what kind of questions were people asking? What were they looking for? What were they researching? A lot of people before they come to Vegas, they go online and they kind of research. They try to get ahead of it. But again, if you don't know what questions to ask you don't know what you're looking for, right?
Or what's important.
And this is going to be that episode. So I've been here 32 years now. Daniel's been here
50.
A long time. A long time.
Yeah.
And together, and we have Dennis for a little context because we're adding Dennis. By the way, there he is.
Woo-hoo.
Wow.
Well, he looks
see
good.
That haircut,
he looked
buddy?
Great. Look at that.
My
Do that again.
God.
Oh my God.
Can we put it back on that
moly.
hair? Can we see that hair?
You may have to
Looking
move out in
fantastic.
front of the camera at some point.
I only
Look
wish
at
I had that much hair. Holy crap. Everybody, when they cut his hair, there's just so much joy. That lady is she has so much fun.
It's thick. Look how much
Because there's
hair
so
he's
much,
got.
because they can, when you look up, when you go to get a haircut, like me personally, and you look up on the wall, and they have all the pictures of people, and you're like, well, most of those don't apply to me. I don't have enough hair to make any of those work. And Dennis is like any of those, just whichever one, you could spin a wheel and wherever it lands,
I'll
that's
take
the hair.
that one.
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, I'm
Me
like,
and you are stuck on the little boy's haircut.
I don't understand why they don't pass the other book to us that shows us
They don't even ask
what to
anymore.
do with less hair. No, they're just like, listen, a little shorter, right?
Yeah,
That's
just shorter.
That's the only option. I got a few wispies that are hanging out in a weird way, so we want to get rid of those. Well, just so we're clear, I first have to believe it or not.
Oh, you're going to be clear. Hold on, I'm going to wait for this.
Wow, you got all the way. You set up quick, sir. Good job. We have some promos. We got a few things. We gotta advertise. We gotta promote us, and we have a great sponsor. And we've got we've added some bling to our website. Actually, we're adding a lot of bling. I'm wearing one of the blingy aces.
Wow,
this
look
isn't
at
yet
that.
on the site because we got to weigh it and skew it in, but it's a real blingy ace of spade. Those are people. It's been really popular
That's actually kind of neat.
It's so everything we're buying is good luck. We call it good luck retail. Anything that might give you a little edge.
Yeah.
I mean, this
carry your
reminds
own royal flush around.
Carry
with
around
you.
the royal flush, and everything that we have, it's all under $20. We're keeping everything affordable. We have these spinner rings, and these are fantastic. I've been wearing these now. I was worried. I didn't order too many of these because I was worried that you couldn't get a spin. But I don't know. Can they come in close? No. But these rings have dice. So for those of you interested in dice,
They're a lot of fun.
I have them on my fingers and they spin, and I can spin and get a roll. Basically, I've got 2 dice. I've got 1 gold one silver. We have a black one too. I don't want to make this too commercial, but these have been a lot of fun for me. They're little fidget rings. So these are available. They're stainless steel. They're well made. I've had this one has been in the shower, or not just the shower. It's been in the laundry. And it came out fantastic because it's stainless steel. You just buff it, and it goes back in shape. Same thing with these, and they have an enamel, little black. The black one has a red enamel, and they're just a lot of fun. They actually spin. I was worried that they weren't going to spin really well, but you can actually you can actually get a really good spin. So any of you guys interested in that, we have those on our website, so that's something fun. The next thing we have is that's going up later this week is we have these. We've been developing a really nice hat. So this is an auto hat, and it's like literally state of the art. We were supposed to get these originally, but it didn't happen. But we now have a new merch company, and those aren't
That's the old one, huh?
Those are still nice. We have those at discounted prices now, but these auto hats
This one's in color,
are literally the best kind of hats. I mean, they're highest quality. You can see there's the auto hats. So for those of you familiar with hats, these are really nice hats. So we have these coming, and it's the new gold and black logo. So this is what we're going to have available on our website, not on our website, but for our events. And just so we're clear, we're going to give away something today. And what I'd like to give away is something really. So if we can get to, so we have these on the way. These are about 6 weeks out right now. So about 4 to 6 weeks. We're going to have them for our party, and we're going to have them as some prizes. But if you want to give one of these away, we can't give this one away, but we can give one of them away. But just know it's going to be a bit before you get it.
Yeah, if you win, it's going to take a while.
So let's just say this. If we get to 200, if we get to the first 100 likes, I'm going to give away these spinner rings. And we're going to pick, one down. We're going to pick a couple winners. And we'll do. So let's say 100 and 150. And then you can pick if you want the black one, the gold one, the silver. We'll just give those away. And it's kind of a fun thing. And if by some miracle we get to 200 likes during this podcast, and this podcast is going to be a little quicker today. I got, guess who I'm meeting with? We're going to dinner. Timmy, our very own Timmy. He is heading to Japan in about 2 weeks, and we're taking him out to dinner. We're going to say goodbye for a little bit. He's still going to be with us, and a lot of you guys that have been with us for a while, you know Timmy. He started out as original editor, and he really started us on this path of growth. Maybe he's watching. I'm not sure if he's out there watching right now.
Was he the guy drawing the diagrams the other day in the school?
Was this an autistic guy that you were with? Who's drawing diagrams at the school? What's going on?
It wasn't.
It was drawn out the tables.
No, I don't think you've met Timmy. A lot of people didn't meet Timmy. You had to meet Timmy online. You had to see him on the roulette videos. Otherwise, he was sort of a wispy, mysterious character. You know what I mean? You had to run into him. Because he would literally come out from under his rock, show up at our studio, and then go back to his rock. So,
I see.
You know what I mean? He was literally one of the Fraggle Rock inhabitants. Remember Fraggle Rock?
Oh yeah, I sure do.
We got a few people who remember Fraggle Rock, but now I can't get this damn ring. Okay, no, this is not the ring you'll be getting. You'll be getting this one. All right. So yeah, we're taking Timmy out to eat later on tonight. We're gonna have a nice little send off, and wish him the best. He has a new wife.
Oh, very
and he's going. Oh. Crap! Did I let that out the bag? Oh
secret?
My God! It was a secret.
Fade to black.
And but anyway, so he's starting this wonderful new life in Japan, and we wish him the best.
So he's moving there permanently.
He is.
Oh,
he's
very
still
nice.
going to be involved with us, but right now he's focusing on this new chapter, and we're hoping to have him back. So those of you who are familiar with Timmy and want to know what's going on with Timmy, maybe we'll have like the Timmy update every now and then. You know what I mean?
Very nice.
He's been on some of our biggest videos, him and Alex. So of course, so he's so people will miss him. Okay, Besides that, we have one other thing. As you know, reservations, if you're interested in coming down and seeing us, a reservation at CasinoQuest.biz. Dice with David now is Zoom enabled. So we just did that. Thank you, Devin. So if you want to do a Zoom appointment with me, we can do that with Crapsy, that kind of thing. Obviously, shop CasinoQuest.com. And the big one is, for those of you who we are in love, me and Alex love Into the AM. Can you show them this slide? And then we're going to move to the birthday bash.
Do and do.
There it is. So we have worked out a deal with Into the AM, and here it is, intotheam.com/CEG Dealers. And they have, you can get 3 tees for $60, 3 graphic tees. They're absolutely fantastic. These are wonderful shirts. They feel great. They're premium shirts. And the graphic tees, if you go in there, they have an astronaut with flushes. That's how we first came across them. Mm-hmm. By the way, we just had a student that came in all on their own with that exact shirt on the other day. And it's an astronaut, and the background of it is this it's an ace of spades. It's so cool. And we've fallen in love with this with these shirts. They're really cool. So for $60, there you go, Into the AM/CEG Dealers. Check that out. All right, you ready? The next slide is the birthday bash, and we just finished a meeting at Westgate. They blocked off a ton of rooms, so we have plenty of rooms through August 17th to the 21st. And this is really our first big public. So I know we've talked about the birthday bash, but here it is. If you don't see this slide, we just posted it on our community tab at CEG Dealers on our YouTube channel. So you can go there, and it's at CasinoQuest.biz, and then hit the birthday bash thing. All the details are there. All the check-in details are there. $57 midweek rate, $73 weekend rate, and no resort fees. 0 resort fees.
That's huge.
That is huge. If you want to upgrade your room, you can. You just have to ask them. And here's the thing, that what I think is one of the greatest things, you don't have to wait in line. You're going to go to the Diamond Lounge to check in. Or VIP. If that's closed, they have a separate VIP a VIP thing.
Oh, that's great.
So no lines, just head on to Westgate. Now remember, this used to be the Hilton. These are big-ass rooms.
Oh, yeah.
I've stayed there, in fact, just recently.
This is a luxury hotel.
It's
we're not
really nice.
Downtown somewhere small.
We're not at some small-ass, bitter-ass,
nice
petty-ass. Thank you, sir. Thank you for bringing that up. We're out of the downtown enclave. We love downtown Fremont. We're out of that side, you know what I mean, back street kind of activity.
It's a major hotel.
We are at a major hotel. We had a wonderful meeting, and they pulled out all the stops for us. We met with all their top-level staff. They're very engaged. And by the way, this is going to be a whole different type of event. These people are friends of ours. We have been interacting with this hotel. We actually love this hotel. When I have business, so I own a home kind of far away, and so whenever we're really busy, this is quite literally the place that we have gotten rooms when we've needed rooms close by. So they're really beautiful rooms. Everything's been renovated. They have a lot of amenities. It's a huge space.
Those are great rates for a nice hotel.
No,
like
we're very,
that.
very excited. And here's the thing. You don't have to go through the site. You're going to book directly, and we're going to talk about that. You're going to book directly through their executive staff. So we have a marketing person designated to manage all the check-ins, any requests that you might have, and there's going to be a reception there. You can pre-populate your gaming card, so if you're going to get a player's card, we can send over that information in advance, so it's just there for you, ready to go, ready to be picked up.
Very nice.
And they're planning a wonderful experience for all of us, so we're really, we think this is going to be long-term. This is going to be the place, easy.
Really quickly?
Yes.
Alan told you it was $5.
Thank you, Alan.
He said, I never did a winning session of the 10-minute blackjack challenge with that rat bastard. Maybe I'll have Daddy David deal next.
Oh, yeah. No,
well, he said
100%.
Grandpa David, but
you missed Timmy.
Like, filtered it.
So Timmy was famous for having just whacked everybody at the 10 minutes. There are very few people that got through successfully, although I nixed him at the end, strangely enough. But a lot of people got beat down and beat hard. Just a lot of beating going on with Timmy. He was really good at that. You know what I mean? And I think some people signed up just because of that.
Just to see if they could beat Timmy, huh?
No, sir. Let me explain this to you, just so that Timmy could beat them.
I got you.
You know what I mean? A little masochistic kind of thing going on.
They had no hope.
Maybe a little spanking on the side if Timmy was up for that. I don't know. So, but yeah, there was no hope. It was a lot of losing features. What the hell is this? Well, I got some kind of graphic. Is that us? Oh, never mind.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so there it is. The next slide is quite literally the link. So you just go to CasinoQuest.biz, birthday bash. All the information is right there. Please RSVP. So we have there's a limit of 100 rooms now as part of this room block, of which 35 of them are gone. And this is literally, we haven't really announced it yet. So we're expecting 200, 300, I don't know, a ton of people. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a lot bigger than the last one. Just so you know, a lot of Keno. There's gonna be a lot of Keno requests, so that's always a good thing. Mm-hmm. But we start off Wednesday. Look at him, he's shaking his head. We're gonna start off Wednesday, and Wednesday we're gonna have me and John, Pit Boss John, have this fantastic opportunity to share with everybody. If you want to be there for that. But then after that, there's gonna be bingo with Lauren, and we have Keno with David. We have a pizza party scheduled. We have events here at Casino Quest. There's going to be a lot of booze. There's going to be a lot of gambling. There's going to be a lot of good time.
Sounds fun.
And the tacky gambler. Bring your tacky gambler outfit. And we're going to do it here and on the floor at Westgate. And we're going to have grand prize. We're going to have 5 winners, and then we're going to have a winner here, and then we're going to have another winner at Westgate, just so you know. So we're going to give away as much crap as we can give away.
Very nice. Bring a bucket.
Bring a bucket. Look at that. You remember? All right. You got anything for me? Should we say hello? Can we say hello to anybody? Is there anybody out there that we know? Is Snapper out there?
I think you should get going with the actual topic of the podcast.
Oh, we're going to get going? All right, so let's move past all the other stuff. We're going to get right to it. We didn't actually get right to it. I hope you're standing by. But that's why people have a fast forward button. They can just slide it over.
Not while you're live.
Do we clap?
Live.
Oh, we're live. Yeah, but it won't be live afterwards. Sometimes they have me clap. I go clap, clap, and they move on to the next episode. No, clap, clap. Oh, anyways. Jesus, I've lost everybody but myself. Oh, my God. Are you ready? All right, so here is what... ready? We're gonna go over the... Here, I got the categories, but let's get to the rooms. We're going to go over the rooms,
The
okay?
important part.
This is everybody, before you come, most people research the rooms. Strangely enough, it's an interesting statistic. A lot of you call direct. A lot more of you use some kind of third-party vendor, Expedia. And I'm not knocking all the third parties. Some of them suck ass.
Really bad. Some of them are basically scams.
Some of them are absolutely scams. Some of them, not so bad. But it's hard to kind of sometimes determine who you're going with, and we're gonna go down that. But we're gonna do the rants and raves at the very end. But stay tuned. So at the end of every podcast, we're just gonna go all ranty and ravey. I have to keep it real, and there's every week, we're out about in town, and some things suck. And some things are good. And now that we're on the strip and we're interacting with a lot of different people, a lot of different stuff, I figured we just go all ranty and rave. Some things are great. Some things work out fantastic, and I feel like people should know about it. Other times, it's just so sucky that you want to share the suck.
Right.
Yep. You know what I mean? You want everybody to know just how much something sucked.
Yeah.
And give them not to say that it's going to suck for you, but if it sucked for me, maybe it'll suck for you, and maybe that's something to look out for. But all right, so let's talk about rooms. So that's number one. Category number one is the rooms. Okay. All right. Well, I had a friend of mine, just like you have a friend of yours, pretty close by.
Oh yeah.
Who was used to book rooms in a number of hotels, and it was always amazing all the questions that people have to ask, of which most of them are crap, but some of them are pretty important.
Oh yeah.
The first thing is, when you book a room, and I can't tell you how important this is, you really should book it direct with the casino. And by the way, every casino is going to love that I say this. And not to say that you're always going to get the cheapest rate. Now, most casinos or most resort hotels say that they will offer or honor the cheapest rate. They guarantee to be the cheapest rate. And so what I recommend you doing is, if you find a rate that is cheaper, and it has to be an actual rate.
You got to be able to show them.
You got to be able to show them.
Yep.
That's right. Because some of the other third party, like I don't want to mention Priceline. I don't want to mention, you know what I mean, their business model in a dream. They'll say this 3-star rated hotel at this intersection, and you can kind of break it down to who it is, but that doesn't qualify as you having found the cheapest rate, right? If you can find the cheapest rate, you call them directly and say, listen, this is the rate I found. Talk, communicate. Don't just listen and get feedback from what they tell you. It's okay to say, I saw that you had a rate of $89, and they'll say, well, no, our rate's $99. You can say, well, I saw this rate because they guarantee the lowest rate. And here's why, and I'm gonna let you chime in, I promise.
No problem.
Here's why you got to go direct through the hotel.
I agree 100%. Yeah.
So if you book through a third party, they will guarantee you the money. Okay, the money. They won't guarantee you the room. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
If anything should happen between the time that you book that room with them and when you actually show up to redeem that room, and then let's say, and this happened to me, 40 people show up in Laughlin, having booked a room on a busy weekend.
Right.
And you call and you get there and you find that their reservation was never carried over to their. They have this back end system, and some of them, believe it or not, are still old, dated, and it requires somebody to literally pick up a fax or piece of paper, move it over, and re-enter it into another system in order to confirm the reservation.
Yep.
Sometimes this doesn't happen.
One piece of paper getting dropped can
One
ruin
piece
your
of paper.
weekend.
And for 40 people, believe it or not, these are hourly employees. They can get just as lazy as the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
So here, a group of 40 people is at a hotel. I won't say what hotel. This hotel went out of their way, by the way, to accommodate them because now they're stuck. You don't want to piss off 40 people at your front desk, right? But they show up and they say, we booked a room through, and let me just say it was through reservations.com because this is one of my rants.
Okay.
I mean, absolutely the worst. So they book this room. They get there. The hotel says we have no record of it. But they were like, well, here's our confirmation number. They're like, well, that's not our confirmation number. That's your confirmation number with them.
Through the website.
And they're like, well, they guaranteed the room. No. The fine print is they guarantee you the money. So they're willing to give you a refund if it doesn't work out. But now you have 40 people and nowhere to stay. And the hotel's sold out.
Right. And now it's expensive.
And now you're working rack rates. Now whatever the rack rate will change will based on demand for the room.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why obviously everybody knows already that the earlier you book, the better it is, the cheaper the rate you'll
Absolutely.
find. Because as it gets closer, things start getting booked in. Conventions, corporate blocks, casino blocks, all these things. And then the rack rate, the rate that's available at any given time, goes up, right?
Yep.
And that happens a lot in Vegas, and sometimes really fast.
Substantially too. It's not like it's going to go up $10. That's not what's happening.
A lot. So like Cosmo, for example, had this big event, and of course their rates go up quickly because everybody wants to stay at the hotel where the event is. But guess what? It bleeds over into the other properties. Now occupancy of the other properties go up, and so their rates go up accordingly. And so these things can happen. So even if you look and see that your hotel doesn't have anything planned, it might be the hotel across the street.
Yep.
Or it could be something else. Who knows? So always get in early. But if you don't book directly, you will get screwed. Now, the other thing is, and this is the difference between the good third-party reservation systems and the bad ones. So if you book through Expedia and most of like the Google ecosystem, which is like Travajo and a few of these others, you don't pay any extra rate. They don't charge you, let's say, $20 like reservations.com. They charge $19.99 just for the benefit of booking it for you.
With them, yeah.
With them. On top, they say that they give you the cheapest rate, but they also charge you this processing fee on top of it. The better ones don't. And believe it or not, some of them are tied in, do have a direct connection with the reservation systems of the hotels. But if you're a regular consumer, you don't know, which has which.
Yeah.
You follow? So I will say normally you're very safe within Google ecosystem in terms of booking rooms because they typically are directly connected, and the casinos use them for promotional purposes anyways. So usually not the worst thing. The other way to take advantage of the Google ecosystem is if you're a late rental. So if you're looking for a room very late, like hours before you have to check in, sometimes they have this late entry rooms available if it's a non-peak day and there's no competing events, it's not the weekend, you don't have Lady Gaga showing up in the afternoon, you know what I'm saying? And so sometimes the Google ecosystem will have availability of rates that are run on a promotion where the casino is trying to basically dump these rooms and increase occupancy. Okay, and in those cases you can get those rooms cheaper than you can from the hotel, but that's rare, and in Vegas it's pretty rare.
Right.
But I can't stress enough, You have to book. The other opportunity of booking with the hotel is absolute accountability. If something should go wrong, they're responsible for it.
And they're going to take care of it.
And if you have that email that confirms your booking, they're going to take care of it. This group of 40, by the way, they got hooked up in such a way so they were able to call one of the people that was associated with that hotel, knew one of the casino managers at a nearby hotel, and they were able to unlock a few casino rooms because otherwise the whole town was sold out. This is what they had, a big boating event. I don't know if Laughlin, I mean, do they have enough water for boating events anymore? But this was when they had these big boating events, and so they were able to hook them up. But they called me because I had been helping them out, and they knew me, and they knew that I might be able to call someone and help them. And I was very clear that, you know, on the surface, some of these third-party companies look like they might be saving you money. But if it's really $20, $30, it's not worth it.
It's not.
And if you're booking for groups or you need to block off rooms, almost always doing it directly through the hotel is literally, and they can give you some fantastic rates, by the way, especially with casinos.
Well, and there's a couple of other benefits for booking with the hotel directly. If you book with the hotel directly, they're more likely to give you upgrades on a slow weekend. So if you walk in and you've got only 80% occupancy, they might bump you to a larger room or a better view or something like that. And if you've booked with the hotel, they're much more likely to do that than with a third-party booking service.
100%. And it never hurts to ask, by the way, when you booked a room for the better view. So these are some of the questions. If you're coming to Vegas, get a strip view. There's nothing to see the other way.
Right.
Get a strip view if you're coming to Vegas. When you booked a room, you want to ask about rooms out here have resort fees and sometimes parking fees that are incidental. So make sure, here's an interesting fact nowadays. If you're flying here from somewhere and you book a room at some hotels, you still get charged a parking fee.
Really?
Oh, yes. You can't, it's still a thing. If you have no car. So the assumption was, and I called just to verify, I happened to be working as the consultant for one of the properties that first initiated this fee. Because they're under the assumption that if you have the means, you're probably going to rent a car.
Most people don't rent cars.
That's true. But they want to make that assumption so they can charge you an extra $20 or $20.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Even especially if you're getting a suite. So at this specific hotel, they didn't have access via normal parking. It was valet only. Some of you probably can figure out what hotel this is, but it's a hotel that's adjacent to another larger hotel. It's a premium hotel. It's a premium brand. And this brand specifically only has valet. So guess what? They charge you for the valet, because how else, you're going to need valet. That's the only way to go up. Now, so I broke down a few of the other things. So make sure to go ahead.
Just to mention something, I recently looked up Google's reservation service, and they're rated very highly. One of the top services
100%.
On Frommer's, that type thing.
Yep.
Not only that, they have a link that will tell you all the extra fees that you're going to acquire. And most of them don't have this. So you can find out what you're going to be paying for resort fees, parking, all of that from the very beginning.
Yeah, that's why I say I add that asterisk with the Google ecosystem, because clearly they have gone, they have made this effort for full disclosure. I can't begin to tell you the number of people that used to be pissed off when they get to. So it used to be a lot of hotels, they'd book you this rate and they wouldn't tell you about the resort fee or the incidentals until you showed up. And so now, they're famously, I booked a room off the strip.
Sure.
And this room, very specifically, if you were a local, $500 deposit at the time. So some places, if you happen to be a local and you want to stay local, do a staycation, there you go. That's a question asked. They have these absurd deposit requirements because locals have been found to kind of trash the room and not have the same level of accountability. Also, like which ones, it used to be in Vegas. Now I'm pretty sure you have to be 21 to book a room, but there are some hotels where you can still be 18. Not very many. And almost always, there are only a few left that let you come with cash. Almost all of them require you have some type of credit card.
Yep.
But it used to be you just need to be 18. There were a few places you could be 18 with cash and sort of get it. So these are all the things obviously you want to know. But remember, some of these require, larger deposits depending on what they were. Strangely enough, it's the off-strip suite type of hotels. So one of them is Alexis Park.
Sure.
Used to be an elite off-strip suites only.
It was really nice. Yeah.
That's
Not anymore.
Oh,
Huh?
God.
Oh, wow.
Swear to God. That's the one that required this ridiculous deposit.
$500?
$500. I was astounded. They lock up $500 on your card.
That's
so
silly.
They were saying
That's
that
silly.
during the pandemic, especially, locals were coming, and they were having trouble getting locals out of the hotel. But they were taking advantage of the pandemic rules, this kind of thing. And this was just after the pandemic. And I had to stay local to get ahead of a lot of work to try to get back, get the companies back in play.
Sure.
You follow?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'd always remembered them finally having big, I needed one of the kitchenettes that they have. But anyways, it is what it is. So, I mean, these are all the questions. Okay, so always ask if you're having any kind of birthday, a wedding, anything. When you book your reservation, talk up your reservation. Talk why you're coming. If it's a special event and you're there for a reunion, because a lot of times you would be amazed. Hotel desk clerks have amazing empowerment to push a button. Amazing empowerment to push a button.
They have more power than you would think. Always be nice to the front desk clerk.
100%.
Even if you're having a problem, they can fix almost anything. Be nice to them.
Other than taking away the rates. So interestingly, I have a friend of mine who worked for many years. It happened to be an MGM property. I'm sure they'll be happy to have this conversation. And I was able to get my parents, as long as I booked a room early enough, it would start out as a regular room. And every couple of days, my friend was able to provide an upgrade based on communication. So there's lots of ways they can do to fix a problem. Like if you call the hotel and you say, listen, I have this problem, and they can offer you solutions. So by the time he was done a week later, man, nice suite.
Oh, wow, very nice.
And not to say that that's good. Don't call and ask for your suite because David said so. But just know that hotel desk people, they're just as excited as you. They're a lot of them are really nice human beings. If you tell them you're coming out here for a wedding or a big birthday, a lot of times they'll say, hey, guess what? I have this special rate, or I can upgrade your view. A nice view in Vegas is worth a ton of money.
Oh yeah, sure is.
Especially at the MGM.
Oh yeah.
That's
what you're here for. You want that view. It's beautiful.
It really is. And if you're coming here to really enjoy your time, talk to them about these wraparound suites. The MGM has these top level suites that have jacuzzis set out onto the balconies, and they're just absolutely fantastic.
Amazing.
And that every hotel, lots of hotels have these.
Can you imagine sitting in your jacuzzi looking down the strip in Vegas?
Yeah. No, 100%.
Nice.
So, all right. Another thing is that most people don't realize is you can really haggle this damn resort fee. So a lot of times this resort fee is not as fixed as you might think. Strangely enough, when you walk into a store and you see prices, those prices are sometimes negotiable. You walk into a 7-Eleven, not negotiable, but you walk into a lot of private boutiques and private stores and get to speak with the manager and owner. Hotels have lots of autonomy to kind of, change out things. So I know for a fact that when resort fees, if you come into a hotel and you're adamant about not paying this resort fee, for example, and you're just looking for Wi-Fi, there are some big properties here in town that instead of them having an argument with you, they'll offer to waive the resort fee. Now, you'll still have to pay for Wi-Fi separately. And keep in mind, a lot of times, some of the resort fee amenities are things that you may want. Upgraded Wi-Fi, a phone in your room. I'm not sure why anybody wants a phone in their room, but so just keep in mind that if you're someone looking to take advantage of everything the property has to offer, if you piecemeal everything that's in the resort fee, it actually gets more expensive.
It sure does, yeah.
So for you top-line Caesars players, just so you know, I've worked out the math, and one of the benefits you get for being whatever the whatever Alan Toy is, okay, you don't have to pay the resort fee, but you got to pay everything else piecemeal. So if you want Wi-Fi, you have to pay everything piecemeal, and by the time you get done with everything, it can be more expensive. If you stay out of the spa and you don't print your boarding ticket, obviously all those things, and if you just focus on Wi-Fi, but just keep in mind that sometimes the resort fee, does cover some things that you might want.
Yeah.
But you can get it waived if you're not interested in Wi-Fi and you got 5G on your phone and you absolutely are adamant about a lot of, sometimes they could say, hey, I'm not into the resort fee, but you can ask. All right, you ready? So here's the other few little pointers about room. You got to join the club. Before you
Oh,
book
yeah.
your room, join the club, get the points, have a player's card, do whatever you need to do, because sometimes that can really translate into upgrades,
Sure.
easy amenities, these kinds of things.
And
all
a
right?
lot of the cards have special benefits for particular groups. For instance, veterans. A lot of the hotels will give you an extra benefit, lower room rates, all kinds of different things if you're a veteran.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Stacy Casinos is that way. I know that's a good thing. All right, ready? This one is my list, and it's a room amenities things to ask. If you're looking to have a good stay, wait a minute. One of the last things you should ask for is before you show up, ask where to check in. Where's the closest place to check in? And once you get a room, make sure you know where to get to that hotel room. So a lot of hotels out here are big. Really ridiculously big. And if you just park at some random garage in back, like at the MGM,
Oh yeah, you can be
it's
5
a
miles.
mile. It's a mile to the
It's
damn hotel.
terrible.
It's maybe not exactly a mile.
Dragging luggage, yeah.
Yes.
Tell me.
One of the biggest complaints about the Trop, for example, is that when they built those new towers, they were set back so far. If you didn't have a bell person carrying your stuff, it was literally a hike. I mean, it was a hike.
Yeah.
You needed some transportation. Meanwhile, what you could have done is get in your damn car and just drive around back.
And park right there.
Park.
Yep.
And if someone had bothered to ask or say something,
Uh-huh.
that's another reason, by the way, I love Westgate. Westgate, free parking. You can park, you can check in very closely where you need to check in, then get in your car and drive to whichever side of the hotel you need to access
very
instead of
nice.
having to go through all the different, you know what I mean? You have
Mm-hmm.
to, even for a really large property, you have really immediate access. There are some properties in town where there's no immediate access. You literally are just
The
planning on-
Westgate has parking all the way around the hotel.
100%.
Yeah.
If I'm staying at any of the upper echelon top tier properties, just get a bell person. Make sure you have a bell person, and sometimes you want to request that on check-in. They literally have a box that you can check in to request assistance, and you're gonna want to, because if you're carrying that, you don't want to have this hassle on. You're on vacation, you want to have fun, you don't want to be exhausted. You know, a lot of people try to get their steps in. Just wait, you're gonna break the watch.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
You're gonna be at a whole
You'll
nother
get
level
your
of
steps
steps.
in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So one of the things make sure to get one of these before you hit the strip, because you're gonna have a lot of steps to work out. You can be so proud of yourself. That'll be the record, by the way. That's the personal best. The steps you get walking Vegas.
You know what else is a good idea to ask when you're in making a reservation is what conventions are in while you're there. It's a good idea to know about the conventions, because let's be honest. If you're a young family and you're going to be at the hotel while the porn convention's there, it might not be a great thing for you. So ask. You want to know what's there.
Or you want to add a little spice.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? All right. Well, so here's the thing. This is my next list is about room amenities. Stay tuned, okay? Because I think
very
some of
nice.
you are going to agree with me. Some of you are going to relate to it. Are
Before
you
you go
ready?
too far,
Go.
we got a $10 super chat
Whoa,
from
thank
Jerry.
you. Thank you so much.
Oh, very nice.
And where'd it go? There it is. He says, speaking of getting screwed, so did the Cosmos sell out to the MGM resorts for $4.6 billion? If so, what happens to us who have accumulated points with identity at Cosmo? Will their chips expire soon?
Okay. The chips, you're going to have to stay tuned to that one. So normally that hasn't even been announced yet, but I think that by default you have a year once they announce it.
You'll
something
have
like
some
this.
time to
Plenty of
change them
time
out.
to change them out.
Yeah.
And then they become collectible items, and they might be worth more as collectible
yeah.
items. So far, dealers are hanging tight. You might have heard that Cosmo gave out $5,000 bonuses. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Lauren.
very
One of our
nice.
teachers
Congrats.
is a Cosmo employee. When is the steak dinner? I don't think they sold out. I think Cosmo. MGM is a great casino operator. I mean, they have Bellagio, they have Aria, they're adding Cosmo to the fold. I don't see how this goes. South. I think there's some nervousness among dealers thinking that they're going to move some of the high level play over to Bellagio and Aria. But Cosmo is such a unique experience. It's like the Ultra Lounge on a grown up as a casino, and
It's
so
a great hotel.
It really is. The chandelier. I don't think they're going to get away with moving any of those people. Those people aren't going to want to move. I mean, where else can you pose inside of a high heel shoe? right?
Right,
Just
yeah.
outside this chandelier. The chandelier bar, if you haven't been to Cosmo and you haven't sat in the chandelier bar,
Mm-hmm.
and if you love that kind of thing, even if you really don't love that kind, it's quite a stunning.
They have great
Piece.
bartenders too.
And
Really good bartenders.
It's amazing. They have great pizza. If you can find the pizza place, even that secret pizza, it's called,
Yeah.
because you don't know that it's there. They specifically made it to where you got to pay attention, and they got room. They got floor 2.5. You got to find, it's in between. You can actually go up the little elevator in the chandelier. The chandelier is really fantastic. Even if that kind of thing's not your thing, it's quite amazing how they made that chandelier play
Oh
out.
yeah.
So Cosmo has its own vibe, and it's had its own vibe, and that's really what's been moving its success. It has a very unique kind of clientele.
It's very young.
It's
Young
a very
people love
young,
it.
very upstart clientele. They might have taken a break with the fall of Bitcoin recently. You know what I mean? But there's that. All right. I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's a sell. Well, let's see what happens. Some casino operators have taken over new properties, have really kind of decimated the property. That's not going to happen here. MGM's a great operator. They know they have this wonderful casino, and I'm confident they will move ahead in a positive direction. At the very least, there's a lot of dealers over there very excited they get that $5,000 bonus.
Yeah,
Oh my
very nice.
God, wasn't that nice?
That's a nice check.
To everybody. All right. So thank you very much, by the way. Great question. All right, room amenities. Okay, ready? You got to do this. So first of all, I go down all this little. What I found is that most people get more upset when they show up at the room than when they book the room. Most people just take that for granted. All right, they book a room, they get there. There's not a lot of information. The casinos purposely made the decision to get rid of a lot of the information that's available online because they don't want to give you anything that might take away from your decision. So they felt by having less information in some. Now, that doesn't change the fact that there's millions of people who are contributing to like Google Maps and telling everybody what all is there. But if you go on some of these sites, you'll see very conspicuously that menus lack actual prices. They do this weird the dollar sign.
Oh yeah.
And they say that a dollar sign is 15 to 20. Then you show up at the restaurant and it's more like 50 to 60. You don't know who the hell came up with the other equation. Maybe they were eating out of the snack jar.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been to some restaurants that are literally $50 a person and they've had $2 signs.
Oh,
How is a $2 sign? $2 signs to me is like $10. $1
Right.
sign is McDonald's. $2 signs maybe Taco Bell.
right.
Maybe no.
Yeah.
Actually, Taco Bell is like half a dollar sign. I don't think there is even a. I think
Your favorite restaurant.
it's not really, but they're at a dollar sign now. Like literally $1.
sign. Yep.
But okay, so the room amenities to me are the most important thing. I want to be comfortable.
Me
I want to
too.
right.
Yep. Oh, absolutely.
I want to have some basic stuff. So water. If you go to a top tier property, that water's not free. If it's got a little neck on it and it's got a little dollar sign, look for the dollar sign because the minute you take off that neck, you own it. Then you got to look for the plate. And now some of these properties, they'll have a nice little thing of snacks and different stuff laid
Yeah.
out for you. They're all pressure plated, so don't think you can pick it up and put it back and make it look like you weren't there.
You didn't touch it.
You didn't touch it
No.
because
You pick it up, you own it.
you own it. And then when you go in the fridge, you'll see some of them nicely stocked with a lot of your favorite
oh, yeah,
liquors.
Lots
and,
of good stuff.
and just to be clear,
Anything you touch costs you money.
A lot of money.
Not cheap.
It is
Never
not cheap. $6. There's a hotel, $6 for each of the waters, $6 because that'll save you a trip. And the biggest crime for me is the lack of coffee. Remember back in the day?
Oh, yeah, every
there was
room
always
had coffee.
coffee pot, dude, with your little coffee thing.
Sure.
Nowadays, if they have the Keurig, and if you use one of those damn pods, dude, God, it's like and it's gonna cost you, and not the Costco cost, by the way, not the
Right.
cost. It's
No.
just like real, as if you had gone to Starbucks and paid for it yourself.
Right. You might as well go to Starbucks.
They want you to go down the elevator. See, this is what I hate about it because when I get up, okay,
You want a cup of coffee before you see a
I don't.
human being.
100%. I'm not in the mood
not
to go.
safe.
Yeah, no,
No.
I believe that. No,
My
I don't want to
wife
go to.
delivers coffee and leaves the room.
Yeah. Oh,
Let me tell you.
Me too.
I want
dude.
coffee in my room.
Yeah. So I have gotten on Amazon. They have these collapsible coffee pots.
Oh, cool.
And then you can put a little coffee pod or whatever inside of a cup that you bring, or you can use one. They usually give you the little cup for free. And at that, they'll let you have because, God forbid, they don't want you. And it's a collapsible thing, and you put water in it, and it heats up the water, and it fits right into your bag. Oh, it's fantastic. It's only like $20, and it's a collapsible coffee pot. It's enough to make 2 or 3 cups of hot water.
Oh, I'm getting one of those.
Oh, 100%. See?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody out there is like genius. I should have put that up
yeah.
as an affiliate link.
Should have led with that.
Should have led with that. All right, so the other thing is,
and listen, the water is not safe to drink in Las Vegas. It's very high in minerals. It can give you issues. You want to drink bottled water, and at $6 a pop, you're going to get dehydrated, let me tell you.
It's amazing. It's not like New York City water. You know, New York City water, good stuff, man.
No.
Our water, a little oofy.
Well, it's groundwater, It's
It
all
is.
aqueducts.
All right. So the other thing is the blackouts, the blackout screens. So if you're someone who doesn't like light, make sure they have. And this is one of those questions you ask up front. Make sure they have blackout curtains, like actual blackout curtains, because once the sun comes in, it's amazing how many hotels, all the good hotels have them, but some of the other hotels don't have. They have something they call blackout curtains because they're green and they get a lot of light, but not all the light, and so you still wake up. All right.
And nobody goes to bed early in Vegas, so everybody wants blackout drinks.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
The other conversation you want to have is, by the way, a lot of places don't know what the square foot of their rooms are, especially some of the older properties. But sometimes that's an important question, and where that room is located in relation to the hotel. So we had a few people that ended up staying in a room that was over this motorcycle bar. And so there was a lot of noise going up through, and these aren't soundproof rooms. They're not made like apartment buildings or condos. You are gonna hear everything. So if it's important for you, if you want to be close to the elevators, remember, close to the elevators mean close to all the noise that comes with that throughout the night. People getting off the elevator, interacting with their room. It sucks sometimes to have to walk all the way the hell down to the end of the hallway, but Here's a lot of times those are cheaper rooms. If you offer to be at the end of some flipping hallway, because a lot of
plus nobody walks past your room.
Nobody walks, and if you're at the end, less noise. And the higher you are, typically less noise, unless the club is at the top of the hotel. Okay, so there's a few properties in town where they have a club on the very top of the hotel. And so a lot of times, if you're at these, you think you're at the most exclusive room, and you're so proud of hitting that big, fat, high-level button, which is right under the club. Not so excited when the club's going at 3 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to get some rest. But these are all things that people don't think to ask.
Right.
You follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they could ruin your stay.
No,
really
100%.
easily.
Now, the last couple of questions that I ask is, when was the hotel remodeled last? A lot of times Google, for example, will actually have that as a stat. And for me, that's important because if they've remodeled recently, then they have like modern appliances, like the water pressure is up to par, these kinds of things. Some of the properties that have been a little dated might be a little more buggy.
Yep.
And, a little bit of frills around the corners, which I really hate going into a dirty room that I'm paying for.
Not a good thing.
And I don't mean like dirty where there's no housekeeping. I mean dirty like hasn't just a lot of old crap.
Right.
So ask, what's going on? What are we missing?
Keep going.
Okay. The other thing is, if you're someone that likes air, ask about the air. So a lot of these high levels, the windows don't open. There's no the only fresh air you get through a button. You press this button and whoosh, and you get a wisp of fresh air that comes in under this vent. Okay, so keep in mind. Now, some of them have little corner windows or these high-level windows just to make sure it's for your own safety. But if you're someone who really insists on having fresh air, you're gonna need to go to a lower-level room, or some places have what they call the garden room, or sort of the motel attachment. So the Tropicana was famous. The high rises, the windows didn't open, but they had the garden rooms that had, balcony, windows that open. So a lot of people like fresh air.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're coming off a bender. You know what I mean? And
Those
you
used
need
to be real popular in the old days. But
so
you don't see
ask
'em much anymore.
which room so let me open the damn window. And sometimes it's not that great to be on that top floor because your windows is not an option. You're gonna look out the window, but you won't be able to get any fresh air. Okay, the last thing that I have for this, well, a couple of things, because the room thing, I have this room thing down to a science, dude. I mean, down to a flippin' science. Housekeeping. So nowadays, there's no housekeeping every day.
Unbelievable.
But some of us is a great thing. I don't like housekeeping every day. I like to keep my underwear out and about, fluffy and entertaining. You know what I'm saying? If they come in and they start folding my underwear or giving me, weird looks about my underwear, I just like to have, things out. I don't like to have to clean up for the housekeeper to come in.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My mother has a housekeeper, and she spends hours cleaning the house
Before they come.
they come,
Oh, yeah.
because she doesn't like anybody to come to her house and it's dirty. Why, you know what I mean? Like, at what point is the housekeeper become? But hotels don't have daily housekeeping. So often, so here's what I do. I load up on towels. I meet the housekeeper and I have them I tell the front desk right off the bat, I need double towels, or where do I go to get extra towels? And that way I don't need to see the housekeeper.
Yep.
If I'm only there for 2 or 3 days, I mean, come on. I mean, do I really need the sheets and everything? No. I got to save water. I want to be, I want to have less Tide Pods out working against the, atmosphere, right?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So I don't need that. But here's the thing. A lot of times the housekeepers will come knocking at the damn door. You know what I mean?
worst.
And
Yeah.
9 o'clock in the morning,
Waking
me
you
up for the continental breakfast
And
that
they
ends
don't
at 9.
tap, tap,
Nah,
tap. They
they're like, "Get the
bang
hell up."
on the door. Yeah.
So how do we stop them? Now, here's an interesting fact with some of the larger hotels. You can take your room off the inventory of housekeeping to update. So instead of just having the sign that says, no, what is that? What is
Do
that?
not disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb. I was going to say, what does it say in Spanish? It says something in Spanish. No moleste.
No moleste.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it say
please
that?
don't
It
molest
does.
us.
It does say that. It does say that. For those of us who speak English, that means something else. But what you can do is call down and say, I do not want housekeeping at my door. That sign alone won't get you out of the, it just says, listen, I'm busy with the wife kind of thing. You
Right.
follow? It doesn't necessarily say housekeeping fudge off. It says, listen, you know what I mean? Because housekeeping is like, don't worry, I won't watch. I'll just get the sheets. You know what I mean? But what you can do is call down to the front desk and say, I don't want housekeeping very specifically, and have them remove your
That's
room
a great idea. Yeah.
from their inventory because they have a list. It comes
And
up.
they just leave you alone.
They just leave you alone. They don't
Yeah.
even know to knock on the door. You see? They just remove you. So that was an interesting little tidbit I learned from my friend that worked at
When I
gym.
check in the room, I ask for all the things I need. I want an extra couple of pillows. I like an
Oh.
extra blanket.
Yeah.
I want, everything I'm going to need in that room. I have towels, extra towels, all of that I ask for right up front, and I get them. It makes it easy.
Yeah, they'll bring, as long as it's not like, some hotels will even give you an extra cot.
Oh, yeah.
For
Yeah,
free.
yeah.
Sometimes you got
Or
to pay
a
for that.
refrigerator.
Or even a fridge.
Yeah, they'll bring up a refrigerator. If you
Yeah.
tell them you're a diabetic and you have medication, they don't
and then
even
it's
charge
free.
for it. Yeah.
So we're all pre-diabetic
say that,
anyway,
but-
so grab that fridge
Yeah,
if you need
absolutely.
it. I want to grab the fridge, the microwave. I want all the amenities. All right.
Everybody has leftovers. Throw them in the fridge.
So the one rant I have about a lot of these damn places, the hotels, especially if it's like a combo, is that the continental breakfast ends at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Is
How
that
am I on
ridiculous?
vacation?
Who gets up at 9 o'clock in Vegas?
I'm on vacation. I want to sleep in. You know what I mean? I gambled all my money. I got drunk last night. I want to sleep in. I don't want to get up at 9 to get my eggs and muffin. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And then when you go down, then you're like, what the hell happened to my continental breakfast? And all there is it's a muffin or some other thing. I don't know. I just give me my damn continental breakfast. Just
Right.
leave it open
And
till
have it
11
available
at a
till
reasonable
11
hour.
o'clock. Yeah.
100%.
Exactly.
All right. Well, anyways. Okay, so there's my room amenities list. By the way, this is going to get more interesting as
And
we go.
I see room service on your list over here.
I do. Oh, I
a
do
lot
see.
of hotels don't have room service
That's it.
anymore.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised, and a lot of them don't have food late at night. Can be
Yeah.
an issue. All
Or
those
different
things.
types. They limited their food, so that
Very
menu
limited.
will be scaled down. By the way, that's everywhere now. So like quite literally, there is a lot of food is missing. So just if you have your heart set on one thing, just call down and ask first, because I'm sure
Plan ahead.
hopefully they have it, but if they don't, obviously, you know what I mean.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. I said hours are limited or suspended. A lot of places that used to have room service don't have room service.
Yeah.
Interestingly, interestingly, a lot of the larger hotels, though, you can have, if they have like, what's that hamburger place you went to, Dennis? Gordon Ramsay? I think Gordon Ramsay sends your burger right to your room, dude.
Does
Sends
it
it right
really?
to the
yeah.
pool.
Oh, that's nice.
You can get it right to the pool if you want.
Right to the pool. You can
Wow.
even be like,
Fantastic.
So some of them will just deliver your food. Well, when you're paying $25 for a burger,
You
they
would
better
think.
like take it
Yeah.
to you. You know what I mean? They should bring it out to my car while I'm driving by, dude. When I'm stuck in
Cost me a
traffic, I'm at the
burger.
light, dude. Swear to God. $25 a
That's a
burger.
lot for a burger.
They should be hurrying the hell up too, by the
Funny
way.
how they do that with a straight face.
No, I know. I will say that is a damn good burger.
It is.
I never thought I would ever say a $25 burger. Do you love this bling? God, I interrupted myself in the middle of a sentence. How is that even possible? Anyways, all right, you ready? It is a good burger. Okay, so let's get to dinners. Okay, and this is gonna be part rant, rave, and things to know. This is gonna be a David friendly episode because this is the part. Some of these dinner things really piss me off. All right, so I'm not a big spender. That's not true. I've come to really enjoy a good dinner.
Oh yeah.
And I value sort of the arts.
It's one of the best things about coming to Vegas
Yeah.
is you have access in one city
Yep.
to a huge number of really top quality chefs and ingredients.
It's amazing.
All of that. Yeah.
Used to be, $7.99 steak dinners or $9.99 steak
that
dinners
is no more.
or 99-cent pancakes and orange juice at Arizona Charlie's. How about the $1 meatloaf sandwich meal with fries, meatloaf, and a drink? I was like, holy crap.
Oh yeah.
On Graveyard. That used to be at the old Arizona Charlie's like tavern over there. All right, so here, let's get to the dinner. So here's the thing with dinner reservations. Believe it or not, a lot of these restaurants, I know what. Oh, we got
You're good.
plenty of
You're
time.
doing great.
Plenty of time. You got to book early. Golden Steer is booked out 3 months in advance.
Wow.
Unless you want to eat like in the water closet. By the way, thanks to God, what's his name? Who hooked us up with the reservation? Grant, thank you, Grant, so much. Hooked us up with the reservation of Golden Steer. We're going
Wow.
there to celebrate Tuesday.
Boy, that's an old time name, Golden Steer.
It's
I ate
amazing.
there at 10 years old here in Vegas.
I believe
Yeah.
it. I mean, to this day, it still has a fantastic reputation, and I'm so looking forward. We have a lot to celebrate. Well, so we're either going to celebrate or cry. Either way, we'll drown ourselves in good steak.
What
or
are you celebrating?
well, guess what? Casino Quest might be moving on. I mean, not moving on, but moving up. Moving up.
Wow. Yeah.
So we might be adding something or other. It might be coming out. Thanks to all of you.
Uh-huh.
Thanks to all of you. All right. So when you book out here, even before you come, don't come and try to book
No.
your favorite place. You got to book it early. If you have an itinerary, you have a room set. Here's an interesting statistic, and I don't know if this plays out true, but this was something like 6 years ago. 80% of the people that come to Vegas have no itinerary.
Right.
They book a room, and some of them have an itinerary in terms of you're coming out here to see a show, or there's some celebrity actress or artist, something like this.
Mm-hmm.
But apart from that, most people just
Nothing.
come with some
Yeah.
bankroll, a room reservation.
You're going to eat dinner every night.
And when you get here, you wait to get here, and you figure I'll just show up. But that doesn't always
No,
work.
it doesn't
A lot of
work.
these places are booked out.
Especially on a busy weekend, which is going back to asking what conventions, what's going on, how full are you,
Yeah.
so that you know what to take care
Because
of.
midweek, when these corporate conventions come out here, oh my God, they fill up the restaurants like nobody's
Yep.
business.
They're all on corporate money, so
Oh,
they eat
free.
everywhere. Everything's they go to
Yep.
every nice restaurant is booked out.
So Tuesdays and Wednesdays sometimes can be like the busiest night for these
Yeah.
places when they
Yeah.
have a convention. All right, so here's the thing. When you call and you book, now if you book on Open Table, they're going to just give you a general reservation. Again, I tell you, call.
Call the hotel.
And if you're someone, see, I like to sit in a booth if I can. I also want to experience the ambiance of the restaurant. You know when you see the picture of the damn restaurant on the thing, and you're like, wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Then you show up at the restaurant, they seat you next to the bar.
Yeah.
And now it's like not so cool.
No.
So we went to, here comes the rant. We went to Lotus of Siam yesterday.
Okay.
It's just famous for Thai food.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
If you
Yeah.
go to the right, beautiful dining area.
Uh-huh.
Go to the left, it's a bar. And so what ends up happening is if you look, like, I go out casually somewhat. I got pants and a shirt on. What more do you want from me? Right?
Yeah.
So, me and Dennis, we show up sometimes at these restaurants, and they look us up and down, and next thing you know, we're in the little kids' corner. You know what I mean? That guy.
Oh,
we
yeah,
didn't
that
wear
stinks.
enough. We didn't wear enough stuff, or we did not. You know, and this has happened a few times to us. By the way, this is not new, right, Dennis? Dennis will back me up on this one.
Well, especially when it comes to you.
Oh God, look at it. This goes right for the
Look,
jugular. Is there a reason we call him?
It's
Bitch
his
Mouth?
fault.
Man,
No,
yeah,
no,
of
no,
course.
no. I have actually stories about this, by the way.
Uh-huh.
There's been times where he gets the reservation. We get set in the little kids corner. I get a reservation,
And, it's
and they
like,
sent me in the nice booth.
Oh, yeah,
and
they
it's,
hook him
like,
up.
all upstat.
But David, they're like, you know what, sir? Right over here,
In the
close
corner.
to the exit. We won't rub our trash on you as we're going by. I mean, we went to Primal. And it was a fantastic meal. You're looking for a great steakhouse that's off the strip, more affordable. It's considered one of the best steakhouses in town, right? And we had a great meal, but I got sat right next to this curtain that everybody's going in and out of. Literally, the curtain's hanging off my shoulder while I'm eating.
No
And I'm
good.
like, what the hell? Are you kidding me? Like, this is a steakhouse. I got curtain on me. I got curtain. I'm literally the entrance, and they're like, oh, sorry, curtain, whack, whack. So we went there yesterday, and I'll be honest with you. I asked the lady. I mean, are you kidding me? Because you could tell, after us, this other sort of group came over, and you're too white, sir. Apparently they need the gray skating. This happens to me sometimes. We need some color in the room, to be honest with you. But so we go there, and we if we had called in advance, and you say, listen, I would like a booth, please. I wanna book a table, and I want to be part of the ambiance that is your restaurant.
Right.
I don't want to be stuck in the kitchen. I don't want to eat with the other chefs. I don't want to know how, what cow they're bringing in from the back, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you can go to Buca sometimes, they run out of that table, and I know some people think it's cute to sit there right in the kitchen, but I don't want to be, all the noise and crap. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to be at the far side of the thing. I don't need to know how my stuff is prepared.
You're paying a fortune for that ambiance. You'd
Yeah.
like a little bit of
I
it.
want the ambiance, and if you're gonna sit me in the little kitty, the other, I didn't want to sit in the bar. And when I told the lady I didn't want to sit in the bar, she gets defensive, and she's like, "Well, you're gonna have to wait." You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's why we went there. We went there to experience the whole thing, not just these places. It's not just about the food. It's about
No,
the whole.
not at all.
It's about the whole thing: the service, the ambiance. Wing Lee. We went to Wing Lee. That's one of Dennis's favorite places, and quite literally, the ambiance there is breathtaking.
It's amazing.
And that's
I
why,
went there again.
Yeah, he took his staff there.
I did.
I mean, who the hell knew? He's got staff and
Dennis
money.
has staff?
Yeah, 100%. He does.
Wow,
He took
what
his
do you like
staff.
it? Staff.
I know. I'm just as shocked as you are. By the way.
But you go to Wing Lee because it's literally like the food's fantastic. It has this subtle quality, this design to it. It does. It's not in your face. The wait staff
I
is
haven't
very.
heard of it. Where is this?
It's at the Wynn.
Oh, wow.
And
very-
it's Asia. It's a Michelin star Asian restaurant. It's one of the few, or I think it might be the only one in town, or one of the few. I think it's a dumpling place now. That is too. But it's that you imagine if they sat you at the bar over there or some other.
the worst.
It wouldn't be the same thing.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
I want to be transported to wherever the hell they took me, and that's what makes it really special. All right. So the other thing is, if you have specific food needs or choices, you gotta call ahead nowadays, because there's no guarantee they're gonna have that stuff anymore.
Right.
Even when it comes to like chicken, they're running low on lots of different
Lots of
types,
things.
and so you end up going to these restaurants and they have like chef's special. But it's not so much special. It's the macaroni and cheese they
What's
had left on the
available.
counter. It's like literally is all we got. So that we threw a few things together, and now it's
Special.
special. This is the specialist. Let them know. So I keep worrying. I keep buying boxes. These big old, Costco. You can buy Costco. You can buy the
God.
big old boxes of macaroni and cheese just in case the apocalypse should rain down on us.
Absolutely.
And you have something to eat. Mm-hmm. And every now and then, so I go and I'm worried about Dennis. He worries me, dude. And I'm worried about he should be stuck there and not have enough food. So every time we go shopping, I buy a little something. And we filled up.
It's not little, by the way. It's never
I get
little.
him.
No.
He's got. So I think we're up to about
I
30
got 20
pounds
pounds
of pasta.
of
We have a box.
pasta that I haven't even opened. It's been there for 3 months.
Well,
I haven't opened
listen,
it once.
He's ready. He's ready. He's ready to go.
Then
And
I
he-
have all these like little things of mac and cheese
yeah,
that
just in case.
he always says is for guests. Every time guests come over, they want Mexican food that I
they
can
want
cook
Mexican
them.
food. He makes everything raw.
Who
fresh.
wants Mexican? Who wants
doesn't eat any
macaroni
processed
and
food.
cheese?
I'm trying to convert him to the processed food aisle, but he doesn't like it. He wants to
terrible.
make everything long form.
Cook it yourself.
I mean, well, some of us really can't cook.
David can't cook for the life.
Yeah.
He can boil water, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't like processed food. I'm a cook it at home.
Dude, I can
kinda
spread
guy.
peanut butter like nobody's business, dude. That's what I can do. I can spread peanut butter. All right, so if you have a special event at a restaurant, and here's the thing. This can be a two, what is it? When is the blade a two sides of the sword? I don't know.
Double-edged sword.
Double-edged sword.
There you go.
So like
I was
me,
so confused when you were trying to say that.
here's the thing. I want them. It's my birthday, I want the free cake. I just don't want the song that goes with it. You know what I mean? I mean, just give me the damn cake and get the hell out away from me. I want to
yeah.
eat alone. So,
You better
because
not invite me to a restaurant with you. It'll always be your birthday.
really, it'll be like dancing on the table.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So there's a lot of restaurants that have some really cool little upgrades if you're having an event,
Oh, yeah.
a birthday, a wedding, this kind of thing. So if it is, just say something.
Sure.
And there's that. All right. So my one other thing is if you're coming to Vegas and a lot of people go full off, casual. If you really want the best seating, you got to dress to impress, and just know that there's almost always a table if you're the right person.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're nice enough, or have a little toque, or you have something that you can give, you'd be surprised at how much flexibility. Because now some restaurants legitimately don't have the wait staff, don't have the space, and but there's a lot of these high-end restaurants, they reserve a table because they're always expecting like a VIP. They have to
yeah.
save room. Mm-hmm. But in any minute now, you can be the VIP
You could be
that
that
you've
guy.
always wanted to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
So all right. Oh. And my last thing, and this has gotten me a few incredible. If you thank the chef, okay, what's going on?
Okay, I
Go.
have to read this. Christopher Bird says David thinks donuts are a food group.
What's wrong with that? What's the
And
matter with
that's
you people?
true.
That is true. That is true. Donut sets me back, dude. I don't understand. Nick keeps bringing these little donuts and thinking that I can get away with just one little. He brings
Oh,
the
no.
minis, and that's why everybody around here is so mini.
I
Meanwhile,
never got a hang of minis. I want
the
big.
minis. Oh, but I'll eat
The
all those
biggest
damn minis.
donut
Like
you
they have
got.
nobody's problem. They want to wonder where the center came. I took over the center, buddy. I got the center for you. I love donuts. Good. The only donuts that really whack me is Pink Box, man. Oh God.
Oh yeah, pig.
Right to diabetes with those, dude.
Yeah,
I
no,
swear to
pig
God.
box is pure. I don't get how Alex eats them all the time.
I mean, more than half of I don't understand. They're just so densely. I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, but they'll set you back. That's the fast track to diabetes, dude.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no doubt about it. But you give me other donuts, oh God, just ridiculous. That and cheesecake are my two weaknesses in life. Okay.
Krispy Kreme is on the way home from me. and
Really?
Their light comes up.
Yeah, when
You know
they're
they're
like
coming out of the oven.
Oh, when they're
Yeah.
fresh.
Uh-huh.
No, those when they're fresh, the
Oh,
original
yeah.
ones with just the frosted
the
ones.
original glaze.
The original glaze, yeah. Ooh, God,
Oh,
it's
love
fresh out of
those.
the
I
oven.
by the way, I
Hot.
grew up on those.
You actually like that? It's sugary, no? I thought you didn't like sugar.
No, but the
they have a
okay, my
Mexican
mother used to
version?
work at a Krispy Kreme. She used to bring Krispy Kreme glazed donuts every
Really?
night. It's more of a nostalgic thing.
Do they have a spicy one? Is there a spicy donut? Can you
I
imagine?
don't think so.
No?
Spicy donut.
Spicy
No, I
donut?
don't
That'd be
think
weird,
so.
no? All right, anyways. Maybe in Mexico. Maybe you don't know. Okay, so here's the other two little ranting thing. We went to a place the other day. What was it called? Bootlegger.
Yeah, bootlegger.
Oh God! Everybody's like that. We had the worst experience you could possibly believe. By the
Really?
way, yep. Dennis took me there for my birthday, and we got seated. So the real problem was that the food was really oversalted. Like, oops, the salt shaker
wait,
went in.
we gotta add some context. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's rated really, really well, and we've tried
Yeah.
to go in there like 2 different times. That's the reason I took David there, to only have a terrible experience.
The worst.
So it was oversalted, and I was gonna tell the waiter, hey, it's because a lot of people don't know that if you get food that you don't like, and
Tell
just tell them. They're
yeah.
almost most restaurants are good restaurants will be happy to fix it or get you a new
A
plate.
good
They're
restaurant wants you to enjoy your meal.
And they're
period.
making a fortune on that food. So don't think that it's like, value somehow missed. They can come up with a new plate. They're not going to recharge you. You're there for the experience more than just like what the food is, right? Because we know we can go home, count down, and measure out the damn food, and it's like $3, maybe. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Although with inflation, maybe $5 now.
$5, yeah.
But But instead of him coming over, I see him talking to a busser, and the busser comes over. This is like 10 minutes. He sees that we haven't eaten any, and by the way, it's his food too. It was all of it. It was
Awful.
It was
Awful.
really weird. It was just so bad.
Was it seafood?
No, it was. He had some kind of Alfredo
It was
thing.
Italian food.
Italian, just all Italian
that's
food.
terrible.
So we were like waiting for the guy to come back and just say, "Hey, it's a bit salted. Can we redo? Try this again." And instead of that, I see him talking to a busser. He sees that we're not eating, and it's only a couple minutes in. He sends a busser over to like ask us if we want to take it to go.
Send a busboy.
I mean, it was so odd. And he's like,
take
to
it to
go?
go?
We don't want it to go. We haven't even eaten. We just got here. We haven't even started eating. Isn't that a red flag for you that we're not liking the food?
And the waiter should be over there checking.
No, there was something wrong, dude. That waiter did not want to engage. He did not, and so we ended up paying $80. We left within 10 minutes. We were in and out. No one stopped us, asked us. No one interacted us.
Oh,
the
And
guy
you
left.
shouldn't have had to pay for that meal.
The
If
guy
you don't
left,
eat your
got
meal,
us our
you don't
check.
pay for it.
No, 100%. So don't feel afraid to ask for a new dish.
Generally in restaurants, if you have not eaten 50% of your meal,
Yeah.
you're within your rights to say this is terrible. I mean, if you've eaten the whole thing, now it's too late. But if
You're
you
like,
haven't
yeah.
eaten it,
Yeah.
you shouldn't pay for it. Period.
I mean, unless they, by the way, I wrote a review and they have yet to give, I don't think they care. They just don't care. They assume that they have plenty of good reviews and, God bless them maybe. I'm so stunned that because the meal was it was both of us. And Dennis is usually very accommodating. Sometimes I could be a little picky because my taste buds are very precise, dude. They're
Salt
very,
is too
they're
spicy for you, dude.
tuned
Okay.
in to, yeah. I mean, my taste buds are damn near dead. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to like be over salted for me. You know what I mean?
Buried in mini cookies.
Like literally, it's if you throw some sugar in almost anything, I'm probably gonna be okay with it. I've eaten at Marie Callender's like 4 times, dude. That qualifies me. Meanwhile, Dennis will pick things out, but he can be very nice. And this time it was so awful. But anyways, just ask. All right. Oh, compliments to the chef. If you give there's a few really good restaurants in town. If you give if you tell that waiter, listen, I want you to go in that kitchen. I want you to tell the chef that I love this and this is why I loved it. Mm-hmm. I've done this before at a great restaurant, and the very next time, boy, don't you know that chef came out and talked to me, and he gave me a little sample of what he was working on, and it created this whole other. Not to say
Most
that's
people
going to happen.
don't do that.
No,
Chefs love that.
but
yeah.
they remember that.
Not only that, you can tip a chef. If you get a great meal
Ah.
and you send $5 back to the chef, they love you.
Yeah, or $100, $5, something.
Yeah,
Okay,
something.
something. All right, let's move on from dinner because I think everybody's got. We're gonna move on to the clubs and the strip clubs. If you guys are still, I might have to talk faster, believe it or not, because we're running out of time. We gotta get the hell out of here. Timmy's got dinner. We got dinner plans with Timmy.
He digresses.
No. All right, so here's the club venture, and this is going to be great for anybody if you're my age, and if you're younger.
So if you're old, is that what you're saying?
I'm just saying. So here's the thing. Dennis shows up at a club, right?
Uh-huh.
It's got loud music. He's got to stand for 4 hours, 5 hours, and there's just people bumping and grinding. There's no problem with that. He's in. He's ready to go. He's happy. Most young people.
What do you think I'm doing on my off time?
I mean,
Yeah, that's
I'm just saying.
what he's going for.
I show up at that same damn club, and I gotta stand all night.
yeah, no.
I got music in my ear, and I got some people talking to me, and I'm just very confused, and it's really but there's a way to get around it, just so you know. Okay, first of all, you know those little thumb, they call them the little ticket thumb people. They try to give you little tickets, VIP tickets. Mm-hmm. If they ask you to pay for a VIP ticket, it's not a VIP ticket. Don't pay for any VIP tickets. They lead to nowhere. They're just trying to get money out of you because very often those VIP tickets are really not for sale. They found some. They see that there's offering something, and it's kind of a little bit of a scam, right? Now, those VIP tickets, just most of the time, you can show up at the door and say, hey, I saw you had this deal. Same thing as having the ticket. But if they're offering you one for free and it's a club you really want to go to, then yes, some of them can offer you the express line and maybe a free drink and that kind of thing. But here's the thing you should know. Most of the clubs out here, if you plan to sit your ass down, if you don't want to stand up for 4 or 5 hours bumping and grinding or have some little table to put your beer or no table to put your beer, you're going to have to pay.
Yep. Table charge.
And the one thing you're going to want to do is reserve. You can actually reserve these booths ahead of time and avoid all the BS of. So here's what I had to do. A very famous club here in town. A friend of mine from out of town comes into town. He's like, oh, my God, we got to go to this new club. We get to the club. First of all, we're waiting in line. We didn't realize there was an express pass. That would have been the VIP pass. We got to pay $100 just to not wait in line for the next 2 hours, right? Then when we get into the club, we have to spend, get this, I have to buy 2 bottles of SoCo for $1,500 was the table minimum.
Wow.
Yeah, we left with those bottles, dude. I made sure that I paid a guy to get the hell out. I was not going to leave those bottles behind. $1,500. So there are sites online that you can book these tables. And again, you want to go direct as much as possible. Call ahead of time and ask. And remember, these clubs all have like a niche. So some of them have lots of different areas to sit, lots of different types of experience, have sort of multiple areas, upstairs, downstairs, club area, this type of thing. So just know what you're getting into, especially if you're not 21 and you're doing, the whole club circuit. Some people go from club to club to club, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to put up the red flag, or actually the flag of surrender, for those of us that maybe it doesn't work out as well as we would like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And listen, if you need to use the bathroom,
Oh my
these
God.
clubs are not the ideal place to use the bathroom.
There.
Because you're gonna be waiting in line, even the men's line. It's
Oh, yeah.
getting a lot of these men apparently just aren't as quick as they used to
Nope.
be. These young people, I don't know what they're doing, but they take forever, right, Alex? They're
Yeah,
just
and you know
in
what
the
a bathroom
bathroom.
looks like after 500 people have used it.
Yeah,
ahead of you.
100%.
Oh my God.
So here's the few things that the few heads up that most of you know already. First of all, the beers can get really expensive. $15 in some places for
yeah.
a flippin' beer. Custom special drinks can go in the $20s, $30.
Yeah.
And if I were you, I would just bring cash. If you leave a card at that bar, you set yourself up to losing it or having it billed incorrectly. I'm not saying that these clubs are out there trying to tap anything,
but
but
there's a lot of confusion.
a lot of mistakes, a lot of
Yeah.
confusion, and we all know the Crazy Horse was shut down for, billing these cards. And if you had a little dispute, they would take you outside and work the dispute out with you outside.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We don't want that to happen. We
No.
don't need you to have disputes. So if you can, whenever possible, and the bartenders appreciate the cash tips anyways, instead of writing it on the thing. Here's what I do. What we do, because I grew up as a dealer here in town, right?
Right.
I pay the bill on my card. I tip with cash. And
Yep.
and let me tell you, waiters love it.
They do.
Absolutely love it.
Money in the
Bartenders love
pocket.
it. Money in the pocket. They'll work it out with the IRS later. You know what I mean? But
Yep.
they all love getting paid right then, because then they're going to share in that right then. And instead of having to wait 2 weeks for their check to come through. You
Yep.
follow? So some people really enjoy that.
And if you're ordering mixed drinks, it's a good idea to tip that bartender first, because his thumb is on the drink. Remember that.
Yeah, well, some of them. So you want to know? It's interesting. Some of these bars have upgraded to these very specific little quantity things that
yeah.
only let them, measure
yeah.
out exact quantities. So
Sure.
over tipping. It used to be over tipping would get you wasted a lot faster,
Oh, yeah.
but now not so much.
Depends on where you're at. Yeah.
It does depend. But my recommendation: bring cash, lots of cash. Carry whenever possible. Obviously, carry your money in your front pocket. You should get one of these stack wallets. Can you show him your wallet, buddy? RFID, and it's this real easy stack wallet so that you can put it in your front pocket. Make sure your pocket has a
Great idea.
Yep. Yeah.
All your cards together.
Let them know what your numbers are, dude. Look at you at the wad, dude. Look at you working that wad.
It's not really much of a wad.
All right. So the last thing, just as a silly little thing, because I think people get carried away. You gotta watch your drinks, dude. Get your drinks from the bartender,
Yes.
from the person. Don't have someone that you don't know bring you back open drink. If they're bringing you a beer, not a big deal, but bring back open drinks.
Especially a woman. Especially. A woman. Especially.
Wow, what do you know, sir?
Yeah.
What's? Oh my God, what's going on here?
Somebody's
All right.
typing.
I know. Holy smoke! All right, here, ready? Let's get to the strip clubs, because there's a few of our customers, there's a few of our fans who may or may
You
not
think
want to
maybe?
frequent a strip club. And some of us have some recent experience at the recently renovated library, which used to be Cheetah's.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's shaking his head right now. Yeah, go ahead. Let them see what you look like while you're shaking your head, and let them see if they believe you. Do they believe you? You don't want to show the camera. Oh, look at him. Look at him. Look at that smile.
Yeah.
Yep.
Guilt.
Dennis was some of my research, dude. Dennis was some of my recent research because they went all nude over there. They have
I didn't know
18.
that.
Oh yeah, they have a juice bar now.
Terrible,
18
by the way.
plus.
Do not go.
Juice bar,
No.
because in order to get all nude, you got to go with the juice, and then you can go 18 plus. I don't know how it's. Cheetahs used to be busy, but here's the thing. What most people that are new to Vegas or new to strip clubs, because they've heard of Vegas strip clubs, or if you haven't been to a strip club near you, if you've been to a strip club in your own town, if you live in a big town, then you probably know they work pretty much the same way. Unless they have some silly law where you have to be like 6 inches away or something like this. Vegas doesn't really have that.
No.
But if you when you walk into that place, they'll say it's a free. So some places you have to pay to get in the door.
Right.
Other places will have like a 2-drink minimum, and those drinks tend to be a little more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them lure you in with a free buffet, but listen, it's not free.
Don't eat in those places.
You gotta get to the buffet. By the way,
Don't
okay,
eat in
but
those
so the Sapphire Day Club has a fantastic buffet. Okay, and that has been. That has been certified. They used to have.
I bet it's fantastic.
It is fantastic buffet, and the food. Okay, so these lap dances, when they offer to take you into a room, that's not free.
No,
like they
no,
won't.
no.
They don't give you the price until you're like in the room,
Right.
and then there's the price.
But you will pay before
you
anything
will pay.
comes
And it's
off.
usually like $300, this kind of thing, or it's bottle service. So they'll be like, well, I'll dance for you if you get me a bottle of wine. And you're thinking, are we talking Trader Joe wine here? What kind of wine are we
And
talking?
They are not.
Is this the barefoot white wine, $6, $5.99? Can I go get you the box out of my car?
Anybody wants a bottle of wine, you're
Yeah.
in trouble.
Yeah, because this
Yeah.
bottle of wine it might actually be the barefoot wine, but it's $200 for that bottle.
Yeah,
It's
at
not the
least.
bottle that we're familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the box I have on tap in my fridge.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's only $1 a glass, sir. You're welcome to come by anytime. $1 a glass.
And a lot of these girls, when they get drinks, they're not actually getting alcohol. They end up with something like soda water or something like
Yeah.
that. You can't work all night and drink. It just doesn't work. So
Yeah. I always tell people have a way home when you get this. Don't let them square that
No.
away. If you're really serious about going to these strip clubs, by the way, they'll pick you up.
Oh yeah.
They'll send a car, especially if you have more than a few people. They'll definitely send you a car, and they'll hook you up. In fact, a lot of cabbies, the cabs will take you for free because they get a kickback.
Yeah,
So
you got
can
to be
even ask.
careful though. The cab drivers get a little kickback from the strip clubs, and if you pick the wrong cab driver, you can end up at one of the real disreputable strip clubs,
Yeah.
and you end up fleeced. So be careful taking advice from a cab driver as far as where you're going. Like
That's
that.
true. Definitely be careful. And just so we're clear, most of the places there's no backroom sex anymore.
No,
There's not
no,
supposed
no,
to be because there's
no.
too much
Not
at
gonna
risk.
happen.
If they get busted, they get closed. End of story. Now there's a few massage parlors we could probably hook you up at.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those
But
are
not
those
those
are,
places.
but not those. Apparently massage parlors every corner.
And you
But,
know, in
oh, yeah,
Nevada,
foot spas, yeah.
brothels are legal. They're not in the big cities, but you go outside of town and there
Oh.
are brothels to visit. Let me tell you.
And they have a menu, dude. It's so
Oh, yeah.
clear. They just
Uh-huh.
let you know right up front what everything is
Prices,
going to
menu.
cost.
Oh yeah.
And if you just want to go there to talk, that's fine. They'll talk to you all night long. Same price though. Same price. You know what I mean? All right. You ready? This is sort of the last area I find that that people are very unfamiliar with. So you found your hotel. You called ahead. You booked direct. You know what I mean? You had some dinner plans. All that stuff is worked out, and now you're at the hotel, and you want to go for a little dip in the pool. You get your good thong out, sir. Right? You get your good thong
Oh
out.
yeah. I keep mine handy.
Yeah. Some of us should not be in thongs anymore,
No.
sir. Just saying, we should have retired our thong long ago. All right, but so we want to go and just partake of the pool, and it's often not as easy as that.
It's not
believe
like
or
it
not.
used to be. No.
No. So when you get there, you want to bring your towel from your room. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. They have
Right.
towels there. They don't like you bringing the towels because then they got to redo it or whatever. But they have towels there.
Usually they have bigger towels at the pool, so
Yeah.
it's a good idea to
No,
get
that's fantastic. And then when you get to the pool, you know the little loungers towards the front of the pool, those are for you. Those are the free ones.
Right.
Okay, those big comfy looking things, those are day beds. Those are not for you. Those you got to pay for typically. And then those big cabanas, those are absolutely not for you. Don't just walk over and settle in because someone's going to come and shoo you away.
Right.
And even if there's literally no one else in the pool complex, because this has happened to me, because David sort of bellied up to, this is back when the Tropicana had the nicest lagoon pool. Remember, that was the lagoon pool in town. They had the lazy thing, and it was just massive pool, and they had all these little cabanas all around. Then they cut it down, but you can't just, if there's no one there, apparently they're still waiting for people to come. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, so here's the story with the pools. First of all the pools in Vegas close early. I never figured that one out, except for Circa.
Sense.
So we're going to throw Circa a bone, just so you know. Circa, they have that whole pool experience, and that stays open late. And
Really?
they have the video screens, 100%. All the other pools, if you're looking to go to a pool, like most people, after, at night.
Sure.
I don't understand why everybody, who wastes their vacation in Vegas by going to the pool during, don't you have money to lose? I mean, there are gambling to be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're done
Yeah.
losing all your money, the pool is free, dude. You know
Right.
what I mean? You go to the pool at night, kind of wind down, have some experience. You know what I mean? Maybe meet someone else who's lost all their money, and you guys can work it out together. You follow? But I mean, the pool, I don't
They all
understand.
close early,
They
yeah.
all close early, except Circa's open late.
Right.
And I think the Cosmo has some late viewing. So they were doing this movie night thing, which, by the way, love the Cosmo. If you like, even if you happen to be a little older, get a date. It's a very intimate kind of setting. It's really nice.
It's got a great view from their
It's
pool,
beautiful.
Too. It's up on a higher level.
It is. The
Yeah.
day beds are sort of squeezed in. You can't help but say hello to other people. Some of the pools are very spread out, and everybody's like, listen, this is my zone here. Don't cross over my line. They don't want to be bothered. But Cosmo is very energetic, maybe too energetic. You know what I mean? But for me, I like it. But
It's nice.
so just know that the pools close early. They're gonna get your ass out of there. The bar's not always open, and the food's not always available inside the pool space. So if you wanna know when the bar is, when the Golden Nuggets got some sharks. If you want to swim between some sharks, to go down a pool between some sharks, a really cool pool space.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, it's fantastic pool. They usually have a DJ up on this sort of second level that you can actually interact with. And those girls dealing blackjack, that's not the blackjack you probably want to play, because that'll help you lose your money a lot faster.
Right.
Those are even money 6 to 5 tables without the best sort of rules.
Yep.
And they're there
and
for a
without
reason.
the best dealers.
No, so you're a bit baked. You're under the sun. You've had a few drinks. You're coming out of the pool. You probably went to the pool too soon after eating, so you got cramps. And now you're sitting at this blackjack table with this pretty lady. You know what I mean? You're gonna be schooled very quickly.
Oh yeah.
Even if you're a great strategist like me, that's not true. You're gonna lose your money pretty quick. So just know that those aren't a thing. All right. The other thing is those cabanas. So here's how it works. The day beds you gotta pay. Sometimes they'll have a flat rate on the day bed depending upon, and it's the rack rate. It's based on demand. If they're getting a lot of demand or people are engaging in the pool, the rates will go up. It's a very flexible thing. It's not fixed. That's why when you go to the site, it'll say prices vary. The cabanas typically, now sometimes the day beds have a minimum food and drink requirement. That's it. So what they want to do is they want to service you at the pool, not the kind of service that Dennis is looking for, the kind of service that the older, the food and alcohol service, right, Dennis? What a great haircut, dude! Fantastic.
A lot of the cabanas have televisions in them.
So
too,
the cabanas have, not only, if you are a big group, get a flipping cabana.
Oh yeah,
You can lock
the
up all.
nuts.
They almost all have some closet to lock your stuff in. You guys can all chip in. Now the cabana rates will be room. It's food and drinks, and it could be as much as $1,500 in some places. Really expensive for these cabanas. But if you have a big enough group, it's especially out here where it's hot.
You can
get
better
out
service.
of the sun. Great service. They have TVs typically. They'll have a little air conditioning.
If you're here for sporting events and you want to watch those by the pool, it's a great place. It really is.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So there's the thing. All right, what else? What do you got?
It's 6:30, sir.
Oh my God, we got
Time
dinner
flies.
reservations. We got time with Timmy. We don't want to miss out with Timmy. We love our Timmy. All right, that's really the end of my thing. Do we have, how many likes do we have? Do we have enough likes to give away anything? Can we
have
give away
133 likes.
Holy
Wow.
smokes!
They like you.
If all right, we're gonna give away one ring, and if we get to 150 likes, we're gonna give away the other rings. All right. So are you ready, sir? How about you pick? What's the word of the day?
Blackjack.
Blackjack. There's one
Blackjack.
word. Fantastic. All right, guys, type in blackjack
In chat.
in the chat, and we're gonna run this down, and we're gonna pick somebody. We're gonna send you a spinner winner. There'll be a winner for a spinner. How about that? See that? See,
There it
I'm
is.
always working
He's a
on
poet
the
and
rhymes.
Didn't
dude.
know it.
I keep pulling off the wrong damn ring. Okay, and then you'll be able to choose which one. You can either get a gold one, a silver one, or a black one. And they're really, dude, they're just so much fun. I have them on. I know I look a little silly, but I don't think so, actually. I just spin them all day. You want to roll? I got a roll for you. Pick a roll. We're in the car, literally. Here you go. Look, a 6, a 1, 5, a 6. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
We can work on dice strategies around the clock. Look at that, 4 and 10. If you need good Keno numbers, here you go.
The gold one's nice. It shows up nicely. You can see it well.
Yeah, dude, these are I love these. They're on our site, shopcasinoquest.com. All right, ready? When do we stop?
Tell me when to stop.
Let them know. So you do this one.
Stop.
Okay.
1 through 12.
1 to 12. Pick a winner.
8.
Number 8.
Hannah Clifford, you are the winner.
Hannah, congratulations.
Hannah, congratulations, Hannah.
Or Hannah, however you say it.
However you say it. He's only learning to read now. He's just learning. It's okay. Just
I can't imagine there's any girls watching us, are there?
no, there's 4, dude. 96% male, 4%. You know what's amazing? No, we actually have a few for the podcast. We have a few more women.
Mm-hmm.
We have a few of the on the intellectual side.
Right.
You know, they're very they want to educate their husbands, their boyfriends on the whole Vegas thing.
I
you know what I
gotcha.
mean? Make sure they have all that at time. Because the women are the thoughtful ones. They're the
Oh,
ones.
yeah.
The
Well, we're
husbands.
at 155, by the way.
155. We're gonna give something else away. Oh my God! All right, let's do it again. Ready? Let's just say rooms. Can we do rooms? We'll just do rooms. Alex is so disappointed.
Are you going to tell him to type in rooms?
Yeah, type in rooms. Oh yeah, sorry. Type in rooms. Yeah, type in rooms. Tell me when. I'll pick this one, and then we'll give away.
Susan says, I'm female.
I know, we got
Oh,
Susan out
see,
there.
there
We
we
love
go.
Susan. She's been part of the channel for a long time. She's and she loves dice, dude. Susan knows dice. She's always correcting me.
Oh, wow. Very
She's
nice.
got corrections.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's, how I'm wrong, and you know what I mean? No, we love Susan. Hi, Susan. Is Snapper out there? Is all of our regular, a lot of regular. We got a lot of
Snapper
regulars.
was saying earlier, his type of club is the AARP club,
I got a new club for you. Casino Quest is coming out with its own card.
Oh, my God.
We are negotiating. We want these rates to stay. Why do we want to give it the rates? You're with Casino Quest. We want rates. We want you to come with it, just like your AARP. You'll add this to your AARP card, sir. We'll put it in the same wallet. There's plenty of room.
I went in for a haircut the other day. First time ever somebody asked me if I needed a senior's discount.
Congratulations, sir.
Oh,
Was that disappointing?
yeah, it hurt.
So how much of a coupon did you get?
I
What
didn't
happened?
ask. I told her no.
No? Damn it.
Tell me when to stop.
Okay, stop.
1 through 12.
Let's say 11. Lucky 11.
James, you are the winner.
James, congratulations, James. You won a ring, and we're going to send it out to you as soon as possible. I think all the hats have gone out. I know we sent most of the hats out. We're going to go back to giving away. We have a bunch of hats left over. We're going to be transferring to these beautiful auto hats, so we'll have a few of those. And we're going to have a whole ton of prizes. One of the things I wanted to, we have become part of the Get Juice or Creative Juice community. We're going to throw out a little bone to them. So if you guys didn't know, we were chosen as one of the few content creators to be part of this sort of growing investment community. And this company is, they're basically a content creator investment company. And they look for, content creators that are in kind of a niche. This is our niche, education, casino education, and table games. And so they found us. And we had discussions, and now we're actually part of their family.
Wow.
And so Dennis has been hard at it. We're working on hiring new media people, new dealers. We need new dealers here. So if you're interested in becoming a dealer, We start at well above minimum wage, just so we're clear. Plus, there's tips here. And, you know, we have people in retail. We're looking to expand here, but we have a hiring button on our CasinoQuest.biz website. Just hit the button, and it'll tell you we have a whole bunch of openings here. We're looking to expand, and we love all you guys. Thank you so much for all your support. I will make sure that Timmy knows that you miss him. I'm sure you do. Come on, everybody, admit it. We all miss Timmy. Huh, buddy? Huh? Anyways, all right. And I guess that makes it. What do you think? You want to do the sign off, sir? Let them know how you feel.
Well, thanks for having us. We enjoyed it. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here, would we?
No, 100%.
not at
Well,
all.
we'd be talking to each other. So.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as fun.
Most people assume I talk to myself throughout the night. So
I
there's
think
that.
you probably do.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Next
Have a good
Sunday,
night.
New show. Fantastic. Bye.
Very nice.